What is a lesson you learned too late in life? The importance of dental health. I didn't take care of my teeth in my youth, and now that I'm older I very much regret it. Finally, something 10 out of 10 dentists can agree on. I dunno. I would have thought so, but /r/thetan dentist /r/the 10th dentist is starting to get a kinda funny look in his eye. Edit, thanks you /super potato pancakes. Potato pancakes are pretty amazing. I can only imagine what super potato pancakes must taste like. No matter how much scientific evidence you show some people, they refuse to believe anything that doesn't fit their narrative. Same goes with political opinions. That the disappointment of your parents will be far shorter lived than the unhappiness you'll endure by trying to make your life fit their perfect picture. Arranged_marriage has left the chat. Not just arranged, for me it was marrying because I knew my religious mom would freak if I just lived with him. Then B, staying married way too long because I didn't want to disappoint my mom by getting divorced. All to find out she really cared more about my happiness than any of the rest. That everyone is making it up as they go along. Your teacher, parents, pastor, army generals, CEOs, everyone. No one has 100% true answers. However, success in life is about being decisive. Get enough information to make an intelligent decision, then confidently act on it. Others will think you have all the answers. I recently had to give a presentation for a new project to upper management. Going in I was thinking, oh God, I have no idea what I'm doing. After the presentation, they were very approving, which made me think, oh God, they have no idea what they're doing. You can't love someone into loving you back. Oof, that's brutal but too real. Tried for 13.5 years with my now ex-wife. I wrecked my life for someone that just liked what I did for her. Believe me, the brutality is soul-crushing. I loved her with all my heart, soul, and brain. Brush your goddamn teeth. Don't forget to floss, too. It's okay to fail. That's how we learn. I used to be so afraid of failing that I never tried. Why do we fall, Master Wayne? Because we're a spoiled little fuck who has terrible balance? The kind of romantic love I had hoped for was a fantasy in my head and not how most normal relationships work. Edit, hey guys, thanks for all the thingies. Hugs or goats or whatever back at you. My eyes are crap from staring at tiny caterpillars all day. I learned about love through fanfiction written by fellow teenage girls. Which is to say, I learned nothing. I love you, YN, said Harry Styles, handing the $1 million check to your mom and loading you into the back of his van. Inheriting money is the best way to become rich. Inheriting privilege. Most millionaires and billionaires didn't inherit money. They did, however, have numerous privileges normal people didn't have. Like being able to drop out of Harvard and treat your parents' garage as an office rent-free, going to the few, if only, private high schools in the entire country that had computers for programming, and having the same luck in college. Even just getting to live in a suburb versus the hood is pretty huge. No. They did inherit their money. It's easy as that. Wealth is privilege and it comes with money. If you look at the total assets and net worth before anyone knew who they were, not the interviews and biographies, nearly all came from families that were earning near $1 million annually and were already in circles that provided them with that monetary resources if they wanted it. Also, you're thinking millionaires and billionaires when in reality, it's $450K annually that puts a family in the 1.5 to 2.1% wealth margin statistically. And it's that margin which is passed on due to financial surplus and social networking. Financial equity to many of them is a given, not an earned, and usually gets passed off in interviews and discussions as we lived comfortably. Suburbs and hood are the same to them, just places where they don't have to live and they can sell or rent to. The wealthy in the US, beyond just above the 0.8% of Americans, don't need college, or even high school these days. They get tutors, trust funds, live off the rent and leases collected, stock options, people to run their companies for them, no need to know what computers do if you own the company. None of the stuff people are taught to think makes people financially wealthy, actually makes them wealthy. These are people beyond privilege now. Edit, spelling. It's not too late, but I've learned that in certain situations where there's an opportunity to be accepted or rejected, whether it's work, romance, etc., sometimes, the worst thing someone can say is no. Exactly. In many situations, I ask myself, what's the worst that could happen? And in more situations than I thought I would, the worst sure, kinda sucks, but isn't really that bad. I can do it myself. Now that we're in the digital age, I learned how to change my windshield wipers, trim my rabbit's nails, repair screen windows, replace my sub pump, ect. I always felt like I missed out learning hands-on thing because my dad checked out early. Nah, girl, you can do that shit on your own. Absolutely. YouTube is the bomb for this. It is important to talk about your feelings, and it is okay to get help if needed. Being alone is less lonely than being married to the wrong person. Never been married, but watching both of my parents be deeply unhappy in a loveless marriage for 30 years has been extremely upsetting. I completely feel you. My mom even went as far as telling me to take note and not make the same mistake she did. What a powerful, and terribly sad thing to tell your child. Still think about it to this day, and believe me, I have definitely learned from her and their experience. Hope you're alright, and hope your experience hasn't completely put you off meaningful relationships. That other people don't care what you think. They're more worried about themselves, and you aren't the first thing on their priority list. Could have saved so many headaches if I knew this years ago. You left out the stupidest part of that concept. Nobody cares what you think, but you have to care what they think. Yup. You can believe whatever you want, so long as it doesn't contradict or make them question what they believe. If it does make them question themselves, that's when they start to react poorly. Not because they care what you think, but because they're trying to reaffirm their own belief in themselves. That I am capable of success. I spent so long doubting myself and not doing things because I didn't think I could. And look at you now, you sex master. I bet he's fucking good. You can't really help people who don't truly want to help themselves. Unless a person realizes, admits, and is receptive to being helped and helping him/her/itself, you're just wasting your energy and probably adding to your own stress. Just dealt with this today. A girl I had been seeing has been saying she has been having suicidal thoughts for a long time now, and she doesn't want to get help. I mean, she does, but she doesn't. I don't know, it's really confusing, and for my own mental health I just have to realize I've done everything I can to support her and offer to help with therapy/medication, and she just has to want it herself. Fuck, that's hard to hear from someone you care about. Can't have been easy to process that. If you wait till you're ready, you'll be waiting forever. Can you elaborate a little? A better way to put this is there is no perfect moment. If you want something, just fucking go for it. It is okay to walk away from toxic family. I am not the monster they paint me as. I can't fix or save them. I can only protect my kids. Some people just won't admit they're wrong. Don't waste time trying to get them to accept it. Wasted too much of my own time trying to correct people. It's the allegory of the cave, man. That's why they also say, if you wanna tell folks the truth, be funny, otherwise they're gonna wanna kill you. Hey Neanderthals, there's a whole world to explore outside this cave. Also, you're wrong about everything. Okay, bye. Do you mean Plato's cave, or is there another cave thing that I'm not aware of? It's okay to be selfish and take care of yourself over others. One day you may look and see there's nothing that you feel proud or accomplished by because you were living your life trying to please others versus doing what you want for yourself. This is such a deep cut. I've literally heard my mom say loving someone means you do whatever you can to support them and make their life better, even when it's detrimental to you. Still haven't fully unlearned that one after 33 years. I agree with the first part, but the comma should be a full stop. Listen to your grandparents' stories and ask them as many questions as you can about their lives and family history, etc. All 4 of mine passed when I was too young to truly appreciate any of the above. This one hits me hard. I have one grandparent left and she lives in a different country. People aren't as smart as they think. I taught for 9 years. This big time. I taught in my hometown, so I had the children of former classmates as students. And I worked with my former teachers. Very eye-opening experience. Edit, fixed a typo. Edit 2, thanks for the award. Very cool. Well, imagine teaching the son/daughter of your best friend. Imagine also knowing what your old teacher thought about you. If I were you, this would have been a quite weird environment to work in TBH. You don't need a million friends. Maybe less than 10, maybe 5, good friends. Put a lot of effort into those relationships instead of spreading yourself too thin. Feels harder as the world is so transient these days and people move all around the world. It's easy to lose and gain friendships very quickly. Or even if you maintain long-distance friendships, they are more difficult to maintain and may not be as impactful to your social needs. Working your hardest and going above and beyond at your job doesn't guarantee you'll get any farther there. It will guarantee an unrealistic workload and pace that you can't maintain for the long term with your employer though. No better way to burn yourself out into total misery. The best place to be with work is just doing your job and clocking the fuck out. You're far more likely to advance at a career by being well liked. Do yourself a huge favor and just strive for middle. Take an opportunity to shine every once in a while, and maintain your mental health so you aren't a dick to your coworkers. I'm 33 and it's taken me this long to truly and fully understand this concept. Average is not always a bad thing, especially in corporate America. Just because someone seems nice at first, doesn't mean they're a good person. Further advice, if anyone says you're their best friend within the first 30 days of meeting them, they're either a liar or a train wreck, or both. You can never truly know someone until money is on the line. My parents grew up in a war-torn environment, and they saw firsthand how neighbors of their own kind would sell them out to the enemy in a heartbeat. They would say, "You don't truly know what people are like until they're desperate, but sometimes you can tell." Then again, if you've been on r/trashy or r/just no family, you know people will act up over an inheritance, etc. Not everyone is down for you like they say they are. To try harder and focus while still young. I didn't start caring about actually having a career or making a decent income until after I graduated college. Now I'm having to struggle with money, work a full-time job I hate, and do school part-time so I can finally get a job that pays well and something I'll hopefully enjoy. If I don't enjoy it, well, at least it will pay well. I feel like I will be in this comment 5 years later, but I don't want to. Now is my time to care about this. Thanks. Don't beg someone to be in your life. Please don't. He's begging you. Seriously though, this is good advice, don't do it. Definitely good advice. Please 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 don't do it. Don't kill yourself working at a job that would replace you without a second thought. This one is so important. An early career lesson for me was to set boundaries with work, your bosses. First job, worked my ass off for the first few years, but my managers stopped appreciating it and started handing promotions and raises to newer, younger slackers. I eased up on how hard I was working, but going from 150% to 50% drew so much more negativity than everyone else who'd been giving 10% steadily from day one. So, another important lesson, never, ever start off giving 100%. Never. If you do, it'll be so much more noticeable when you do less.